for yesterday's match, if someone happened to miss it, was Didi has now the hands on the purple cap, and Hybrid Super King has now possessed the orange cap. The thing that we were talking about yesterday, for how long VK will able to keep it, the answer was not so very long. But today, stick with us because today is going to be one hell of an exciting match. Why? Because VK will try to take what uh, VK will try to take it back, and Equity will try to march, to get their hands on the cap for the first time. What do you think, Yash?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen because Daredevils would now try to keep their cap and try to earn more wickets. So there is one leader who wants to continue his victory, and there are three others who want to snatch it from him. I'm thinking that today's game is going to be pretty tough. What do you think, Abizar and Agam?
Even I think that it is going to be a great game today, as everyone has done their strategic timeout, make many plans and everything. So it will be a great day today. Let's
Yes,
see what happens on the field.
yes, exactly. Even Equity Royals was having a good strategic timeout yesterday, and I'm pretty sure the way other teams are performing, it's definitely going to be a good game today.
Dude, one thing is for sure. Whenever this strategic timeout happens, there is always trouble for the team. Coming back to yesterday's topic, dude, you have told me that you have given me the significance of insurance, and you have told me how I shouldn't be dependent only on the company's medical policy. But dude, I mean, out of curiosity, is there any option? Since तेरे पास सारे आंसर है ना, तो I mean, is there any option जिसमें मेरे को, I mean, I can get little bit of benefits of investment?
Yes, there are actually. I've heard of a term called ULIP, but I'm not really sure about it. There is also this other thing about pensions. I think Abizar wants to say something about it, right?
Yeah, I am looking for retirement plan. I'm also looking for retirement plan. Like पुराने जमाने में लोगों को मिलता था पेंशन वेंशन, पर आजकल के जमाने में प्राइवेट सेक्टर में पेंशन नहीं मिलता है इतनी आसानी से. I'm also looking for some retirement plan.
But actually, markets are so volatile. हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कि भाई investment भी मिले, थोड़ा returns भी मिले. But the market is so volatile कि money नहीं कर रहा है यार कि और invested रहो. I'm तो literally planning on surrendering my ULIP plans.
Yes, dude, the market and everything situation is worse because of this pandemic. But I don't really know everything about it. But I'm super flattered to have our guest over here, Mrs. Khyati Mushroom ma'am, who is a chartered wealth manager. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to solve all our doubts regarding this. Let me just tell our audience a little about her. She is the founder and chief financial coach in Plantrick and Wama Plantrick LLP, an entrepreneur, financial columnist, and an influencer in personal finance specializing in discovering financial DNAs of families. Having nurtured her passion to financially empower people for over a decade, extended her expertise to numerous families and over 2,000 plus clients, and managed assets worth 100 plus crores. She has also been awarded as a Young Innovator in Finance title by International Women's Leader Forum and is a regular columnist at 3 daily regional print media. I'm very pleased to announce Mrs. Khyati Mushroom ma'am as our guest for today. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing?
Very good afternoon. I'm good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for being present with us and sharing the valuable time. We have our few master blasters over here who want to ask you a few
Sure.
questions regarding this entire thing. So I would like to request our master blasters to take the stage.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
Ma'am, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much for coming out
It's
today.
my delight to be with all of you. And I must say that all of you are doing a really wonderful job. And I'm so excited to be here. Have been into this industry for so long, but I've never heard something like this. मेरे को ऐसे लग रहा है जैसे there is an IPL going on for spreading financial
there is.
literacy and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, my question to you is, why should one invest in a ULIP policy and what exactly does it entail? Could you throw some light on that?
Sure. So why should one invest in ULIP? One thing is for sure that when you talk about a ULIP and a mutual fund, both, first people, there is a myth that, both are same. ULIP also invest in equity market, mutual funds also invest in equity market. So why should I invest in ULIP instead of, why not mutual fund instead? So first and foremost, it's ULIP is something which is there for a long term. Okay, so we know for sure that there is something called as asset allocation, and we need to have equity, debt, real estate, gold, and cash, everything in the portfolio. But when you talk about equity, in equity you need to have short-term equity as well as long-term equity. Now, when I talk about short-term equity, is actually never for short-term, but still, when you talk about flavors of equity, you need to have direct equity, you need to have mutual fund in your portfolio, and you need to have ULIP in your portfolio. So first is you need to have it because it's a sub-asset allocation. Okay. Second important thing, ULIP has a generally very longer horizon. What happens in other equity assets like direct equity or mutual funds, people just withdraw money at the earliest. Market niche chala gaya, they get worried and they just move out of it. But in ULIP, there is a lock-in period up to 5 years. If you withdraw before that, it becomes taxable. There are a whole lot of things. And the reason why it is designed that way is so that you stick to it for a longer duration. So one thing is for sure that it is for a longer duration. Second thing, withdrawal options are a little difficult. So that ensures people stick to it. You, of course, you will stick to it, but the other people who've invested along with you also stick to it. So in a situation like this, where there is a the situation that we're witnessing right now, a kind of a pandemic situation that we're all going through, it doesn't give an easy exit option to people. And in equity, it is very, very important that you stay put when everything is not going right. So by default, it makes you and it makes other investors stick to it. Third important thing is that it's completely non-taxable when it matures. Okay, your mutual funds or your direct equity, there is LTCG, long-term capital gain tax, which means that whenever you withdraw, there is a huge amount of tax that you will be paying on the maturity, the mutual fund. But in ULIP, it's completely tax-free under Section 1010D. And that is precisely the reason why it makes it all the more attractive for investors to enter in the ULIP. So these are the major reasons why one should be going for the ULIP.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. That was a very nice explanation. Ma'am, I was wondering what makes ULIP a safer option compared to others? Because any investment is not without a risk. So what makes it safer?
Right. So ULIP also, I'm not saying that it's a completely safest bet and, there is absolutely nothing in ULIP. Of course, there is a risk, but in ULIP, you have different kind of funds. You have equity funds and you have debt funds also. So of course, the ULIP is also, because it's investing in equity, which is volatile asset class in itself. That is the reason even ULIP is somewhat volatile and risky. But at the same time, we've always heard it's not about timing the market. It is about time in the market, the amount of time that you spend in the market. And the way ULIPs are designed, it's in a way that you're going to stay invested in for 5, 20, 15, 20 years of your life. And because of the timing, the risks in ULIPs gets eliminated because equity market is all about being into the market, spending time with the market, And because of the timing, the risk reduces pretty much as compared to direct equity or mutual funds in a ULIP plan. And that is precisely the reason why it makes it more safer. Second is it doesn't, as I said earlier, it doesn't allow a withdrawal option. So when market goes low, a fund manager has lesser pressure on him to make up for the lost market or, the lost prices of the stocks, and people stay invested there. So he has an opportunity to stay put, make more money. At the same time, the people have their premiums due on a yearly basis. Whereas in mutual fund, with a click of button, you can just stop your SIP. But what fund manager needs is more money when the market is low. So sometimes that, gets imbalanced in the mutual fund in some situations. But in ULIPs, that's consistent, as in people keep on paying their premiums also, most of them, right? At least 80-85% of the people do pay it. So because they pay it, fund manager will also have more money to actually buy more when the markets are low. So all that makes ULIP a very attractive and a little more safer bet over a long term.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. That answers my question to the point. Thank you for clearing that up.
Pleasure.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm from Hybrid Super Kings, and I ask one question for you. Uh,
Just go ahead. Are you able to hear me?
yes, ma'am. मैम मंथली बेसिस पे कौन सा ऑप्शन अच्छा होगा? मीन्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स या इन यूपीएल, या आप अपनी अपनी मीन्स अपनी रीत से आप शेयर करिए मेरे को एक एक्सपीरियंस.
ओके, आपका सवाल है कि मंथली बेसिस पे आप अगर इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो म्यूचुअल फंड बेटर है या यूलिप बेटर है, राइट?
यस.
ओके, तो जैसे मैंने पहले क्वेश्चन में बताया था कि म्यूचुअल फंड भी अपनी जगह है, यूलिप भी अपनी जगह है. दोनों एसेट क्लास का अपना इम्पोर्टेंस है. और जब भी हम फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग की बात करें तो इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि आपके जो पर्सनल फाइनेंशियल गोल्स है, हो सकता है आपका खुद का रिटायरमेंट, मे बी बाइंग अ बिगर हाउस, पेइंग ऑफ योर एजुकेशन लोन और एनीथिंग. तो आप अपने गोल्स के हिसाब से अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट चूज करें, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. If you have a short-term goal, like you want to pay it off within 5-6 year kind of a thing, mutual fund would be a better choice. But in a longer run, ULIP is of course a better choice. जैसे मैंने बताया, it is more tax efficient, it is more transparent, it is more about time that you spend in the market. So all that makes it very attractive. So अगर आप monthly basis पे कर रहे हैं तो दोनों के अपने अपने फायदे हैं, और आपके जो financial goals है उसके मुताबिक प्लान करके आपको दोनों में अमाउंट कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहिए.
थैंक यू मैम. बट आप क्या मेरे को एक एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं उसमें कि हम लोग कैसे वो कर सकते हैं?
ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल एक केस स्टडी लेते हैं. लेट्स से आपको अपना एजुकेशन लोन भी पे करना है टू द ट्यून ऑफ 5 lakhs इन नेक्स्ट 5 years. अपने लेट्स से फ्यूचर एजुकेशन like your MBA, you've just taken an education loan, और आप 5 साल में वो भी पे करना है. And there is you also want to start planning for your retirement, क्योंकि आपने अभी अभी काम करना शुरू किया है, and you know that planning for retirement is very essential starting from day one of your earning. So in that case what we can do is, आपको जो 5 lakhs पे करना है म्यूचुअल फंड में, I mean आपकी एजुकेशन लोन में, उसका with interest and everything, how much does it work out to in 5 years? That is something that you need to calculate. We come down, break it, the PMT को हम उसको break करेंगे कि monthly हमको कितना invest करना चाहिए to reach that figure in 5 lakhs in 5 years to pay off the education loan. और उतना amount हम mutual fund में शुरू करेंगे in the form of SIP. And then let's say you have your own retirement, और retirement के लिए let's say you have decided that I need 2 crore rupees at an age of 50. So again, you will calculate with inflation and the expected return that how much return you actually, how much money you need to put aside on a monthly basis, and that small amount you can start in ULIP. So that एक long term saving भी आपकी शुरू हो गई और आपका जो short term goal था वो भी आपका achieve हो जाए. So that is how you can calculate and make the most of both the asset class, and more importantly, it will help you achieve both your goals.
Thank you, ma'am. It was nice answer for me.
Thank you so much.
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
A very good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Jamin Parekh, and I'm representing Debt Daredevils. I would like to ask you: are NRIs eligible for purchasing the ULIP plans offered in India?
Yes, NRIs can very much go for it. In fact, now it's a good time. NRIs would want to enter it because ULIP में उतना monitoring की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है. You invest once and you know it just goes on track. Plus, US में जो interest rates, if you see just now, Fed had come up with a commentary कि 2022 तक interest rate change नहीं होंगे. And right now, because of the pandemic, the interest rates are very low ever since in any international market, emerging markets को छोड़ के. They are very, very low. And that is precisely the reason why ULIP becomes a very attractive option for the NRIs. Yes, there is some process, थोड़ा सा लंबा process है NRI को जो follow करना पड़ता है because of anti-money laundering and FATCA guidelines. But I mean, once you complete those guidelines, you are very much eligible to invest in India, in ULIP.
Okay, ma'am. And my second question is: when we surrender our ULIP plans, are there any tax implications, or is it is it advisable to just surrender ULIP plan and invest in something else?
So see, first and foremost, answering your question, can you surrender a ULIP plan? The answer is yes. You can surrender a ULIP plan after 5 years. So every ULIP has its own set of rules and regulations, but majorly 80% of the ULIP you can withdraw anytime after 5 years. So that is not a problem. At the same time, when you talk about taxation, your overall sum insured, the insurance plan, that the insurance coverage that the ULIP has to be 10 times of the premium that you pay, bare minimum. Okay, if that is a premium, then it's non-taxable if that is a sum insured. But if your sum insured is less than that, then the proceeds from the ULIP, whatever money you made from the ULIP, the profits become taxable.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much for guidance, ma'am. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you over here. I am hello.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. I am Jinal Gathani, and I'm representing the team of Volatility Night Riders. Ma'am, could you please address us what are the different types of pension funds?
Okay, so different kind of pension fund is question ko. I'll just change it a little bit. What are the different kind of pension options? Okay, because jab humne shuru kiya, one of you said that government, if you're working for a government organization, you have different kind of options to plan your own retirement. You have pension from the government of India. But that's not the case for the private organizations, and that is precisely the reason कि आपको अपनी retirement planning जल्दी शुरू करनी चाहिए और खुद करनी चाहिए, because no government is going to come to your rescue. We don't have something like a social security system in the country like India, and that is precisely the reason why you need to plan for your own pension. What are the pension options? The first pension option that you have is your EPFO, Employers Provident Fund. So that is something which gets deducted from your salary month on month. It keeps on getting accumulated and you get it back when you retire. Second option is a public provident fund, जहाँ पे आप 1.5 lakhs invest करते हो for a period of 15 years, and then the maturity is completely tax free when you get it. You have an option where you can extend this for another 5 years beyond 15 years. Third, and the new thing which government has recently introduced few years back, it's NPS, New Pension Scheme from the government of India. Like EPFO and PPF did not really have options to invest in equity market. There was a fixed return that government was offering. But a new pension scheme has an option where you have different, like you can choose an aggressive portfolio, you can choose a conservative portfolio, you can choose a balanced or kind of a moderate portfolio. And then you will have different equity and debt exposures to all of this. And there are 6 companies who've been authorized to manage these funds. So NPS is also one option. A good thing is that it gives you an exposure to invest in equity, which earlier pension options did. Another important thing is it also gives you tax benefit under Section 80CC(d). So up to 50,000 rupees when you invest in new pension scheme, you have that as a separate section. Over and above Section 80C, you get the additional tax benefit. So these are the options from the government of India. And then, of course, you have your own option where you can plan your ULIP, your mutual funds, your direct equity, your insurance plans, a lot of different options which you can mix, match, and then plan for your overall retirement. But majorly from a government perspective, 3 options, EPFO, EPF, PPF, and NPS.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. That does answer my question. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Master Blasters, for joining us. You guys really throw in some good questions, but I hope you all have gotten the answers you were seeking. Ma'am, just to add on to what I was listening, would you say that ULIP is a risk management tool or more of an investment option? Like, where exactly does that fall? If you could.
It is an investment option for sure. I would not call it a risk management tool. But someone, let's say a client with a very moderate exposure. So I'll just give you an example. So recently I had a client of mine who was 45, okay? He was a doctor and he was sure that he's going to continue working till 65. Because what happens with doctors is they start working late. So generally their time horizon is a little longer in terms of working. a normal person would retire by 55, 60, but they generally continue their practice up to 70, 75. So he asked me that what option should I be looking for when it comes to my retirement. So what we did is a certain amount of money, like let's say for example, he needs 1 lakh rupees per month for his retirement in today's value. Okay, उसमें से हमने break किया कि कितना essential expenses है, कितना non-essential है. So essential will be your roti kapra makan types, like a basics of life. And the other things are non-essential, which is more like your lifestyle expenses. So what we did is we broke it into 2 parts. उसका जो essential expenses था वो हमने अलग से plan कर दिया, mutual funds and kind of more aggressive options. और जो non-essential था उसको हमने ULIP में plan कर दिया. So that is for vice versa. जो essential था उसको हमने ULIP में डाल दिया और जो non-essential था उसको हमने mutual funds में डाल दिया. Because mutual funds are a little more risky. ULIP at the same time it's an investment option और उसका जो risk है portfolio का वो कम हो जाता है because he is going to stay invested for 20 years and he might not generate returns as great as mutual fund, but the risk in that is much lesser. And at 45, though he's saying he'll continue to work, not necessary that he will be able to work probably with his health conditions and everything supporting till 65. So what we did is that is the reason we gave him ULIP, because ULIP is one thing which gives you return and at the same time the risk, the beta of the portfolio, overall ULIP as an option is much lower compared to mutual funds. So that's how you can plan it.
All right. So that was really, really precise. Just to add on to this, ma'am, like you were mentioning that there's an option for surrender as well. But I was wondering, there must be a lock-in period. And if so, let's just say that within that lock-in period, I'm unable to pay the premium, or let's just say the money or the premium or the installment or whatever it is. I'm unable to pay it. I'm unable to continue. What happens to my money then? Like.
Right. So in case you are unable to pay, so ULIP has this thing because it is a tax-saving instrument. When you pay, also you take tax benefit in Section 80C. You have to pay it for a minimum period of 3 to 5 years, depending from a ULIP to ULIP. But at the same time, if you're not able to pay, what happens is that gets converted. It goes into like a safe deposit fund to a company. Okay, whatever money has been invested, the entire fund value gets transferred to the safe deposit fund of the company with which you've invested. And once your 5-year period is over, whatever money you have paid plus whatever small little interest or growth that you have generated on that, it gets shifted there. On completion of 5 years, you get that money back into your account. So that is one option. And second option is where companies would say, okay, after 5 years or after 3 years, you can withdraw it. But at the same time, you will be having to pay a withdrawal charge of maybe 10% of the surrender value or 20% of the surrender value, depending from company to company. So these are the 2 options when you talk about withdrawal.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. I got the answer I was seeking. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, when I heard you about these all policies, when I heard you talking about all these policies, there was a question in my mind. Now I am a student right now, correct? I'm just a person who will start working. There are many like me who are just students and who will just start working. So at my age, if I start taking a ULIP plan or something like that for my pension when I start earning, what is the actual process that I go through? Like there are so many mutual funds, and as you explained, there are a few types of ULIPs as well. What is the actual process that I go through? Do I go to some online site and then buy it like some other policy, or what else?
So ideally, it is always better that you have someone you should have a financial coach to guide you. Because more importantly, when you talk in investments or investment as a whole, more than managing your own money, it's about managing your own emotions. Okay, just now when we started, someone said, oh, market is low, I'm going to go and surrender my ULIP. But that's the worst thing that you can possibly do to your money. So it is better that you hire a financial coach who can help you understand your needs, who can help you understand what is the kind of expense that you will incur during retirement in future value. And based on that, the person can calculate, help you take up a right ULIP option for yourself, which is more better in terms of charges, etc., in terms of flexibilities that a plan has to offer. So it is always better that you as a student go to a financial coach, understand how it works, and then you onboard for a particular product.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering the question.
Right.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I would like to ask that what are the changes, like what are the changes made in ULIP or something, any improvisation or the tax implications due to coronavirus?
Due to coronavirus, actually there are no changes, but I will refer to changes that were made in ULIP a few years back by IRDA. Okay, there was initially, if you see 2008, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, ULIPs were selling like a hot cake. But at the same time, there was a lot of mis-selling which happened in ULIP all this while. So what IRDA did is they stepped in, they changed the complete structure and the way ULIP operates. In terms of charges also, they had put a certain marks as to, okay, it can't be over and above a certain amount when you talk about a fund management charge or administration charge, etc. So now ULIPs have become much more transparent than what it was 2 to 3 years back. So a lot of changes made to ULIP, and they have almost come equivalent or at par to mutual funds or kind of a thing that you want to invest in for a long term. So definitely it makes it all the more good to invest in ULIP now after the revised versions of IRDA have come into the market. But at the same time, when you talk about any changes because of coronavirus, no, there are no changes because of coronavirus to ULIP. Only thing that government has given is you can, wait for a while instead of paying premium. You have a leeway of 3 months to 6 months. If you don't have money to pay your premium. That's the only thing from government, nothing else. No changes in terms of structure or the charge structure of the ULIP.
Okay, ma'am. That does answer my question. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering the question. Along with that, I think that you mentioned guidelines earlier. So could you elaborate a little more about them? About what are the guidelines and what does an investor who is investing in ULIP needs to understand before investing? What are the rules and regulations?
Sure. So first thing that you need to choose is what company are you choosing to buy a ULIP, okay? So be very sure on that organization first. Which company are you buying it from? Understand what is the solvency ratio, how good the company has been performing, since when it has been there in the market. Second important thing you need to understand is what is the charge structure of the ULIP, because as I said, every company has different rules, different regulations, and different charge structure. Understand the charge structure. The lower the charge structure, the better it is for you. And understand one thing, if you're paying a higher premium, you will always have a lower charge structure. So you need to compare the charge structure of the company, and it has to be the lowest for whatever you're picking up. Look for any hidden kind of a thing, ensure that you read the exclusions list very well before going ahead with the investment. 3 major type of charges: fund management charges, administration charges, and they have mortality charges. These are the 3 major charges in ULIP. So we need to make sure that you compare all 3. ULIPs, if you stay for a long term, also offer a loyalty bonus. Like, you get certain amount of money back in terms of number of units if you're a loyal customer and if you stayed with it for a longer duration. So also look at what is the loyalty addition that your company or your ULIP is offering. Another thing that you need to see is if ever you need to surrender a policy, then what are the surrender rules of that particular policy? So these are the major things that you need to check before buying a ULIP. And most importantly, check a fund performance. Don't buy ULIP just for the heck of it, but check how has different funds that the ULIP had been performing for 3, 5, 7, 10 years. What was the worst period of that ULIP? And why was it worse? So if it is 2008-9, the worst period, if it is 13-14, that was the time when markets were low. The benchmark itself was low, so it's okay. But if there are other periods, then probably there is mistake in picking up the stocks that they have been doing. So you need to understand the fund performances, how often the fund manager keeps changing for a particular fund. So these are few things which you need to make a note of before buying a right ULIP for yourself. And ULIP, you always need to research a little more because you're going to stay invested for 10, 20 years of your life. So it is important that you check these factors and then you enter a ULIP.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for answering the question. Over to Arun now.
Thank you.
I think, ma'am, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have cleared the, the question that says it's not as easy as just clicking few buttons online and just, buying it. There are few things to consider, and if one is not aware, then they should obviously seek an expert advice, right? Ma'am, over to
absolutely.
So, ma'am, over to the question where you had mentioned that it's more or less, like an investment option. And we have seen that, every investment option has that hierarchy. जिसमें कम risk है, medium risk है, and then there's high risk है. So, does that follow in ULIP as well?
ULIP, yeah. ULIP, you can place it somewhere in medium risk. So it's not as high risk as direct equity or something like that. But because of diversification and because of the time horizon, you can put ULIPs into a medium risk. Plus, another good feature that ULIP has is you don't just have equity fund, you have an option to move to debt fund also. So let's say that you've invested at maybe 7,000-8,000 Nifty levels, and now right now market is at 10,000. You might want to shift to debt, and then you might want to come back to equity when the markets are low. So you have those options also, where with a click of button you can switch between the equity and debt fund. And that is also one reason why you can say that it's a medium risk, because I have a flexibility, I have an option to change it to debt as and when I want it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Just to add on to this, we have seen that in mutual fund, we can start an SIP on a monthly basis for as low as $500, right? So is there a minimum amount for ULIP? What is the minimum?
There are ULIPs in the market where you can have paid like 12,000 rupees per annum, like 1,000 per month, and you can start. But in my opinion, those ULIPs would be a little expensive, where your premiums are a little low. So if you're paying a lower premium, just make sure that you're choosing a right company with the lowest charges.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think many people are going to keep that thing in mind. Thank you so much for that.
Sure. Pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. So that does answer my questions also. I had many questions in my mind. So that answered many of them. And I wanted to ask one more thing, that is about the portability of the plan. So can you just brief us about that, guide us about that thing also?
Portability of ULIP?
Yes, ma'am.
Portability of ULIP is still not approved by IRDA.
Not approved?
You have portability in medical insurances. You have portability in general insurance, like medical portability is heard of. ULIP portability or life insurance portability is not something which is approved as yet.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for asking this question. Thank you, Abhi, for asking this question, because even I had a doubt regarding that. Ma'am, the next question, as we moved on to life insurance, as you mentioned, could you brief us a little about life insurance and what is exactly the difference between life insurance, term insurance, and the health insurance?
Sure. So term insurance, term and health is your question, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So term insurance it's just like you're buying it on your life. Okay. It's a part of a life insurance. So you are buying it on your life. Term, the term says for a particular period. So you're buying till an age of 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, whatever option you're choosing. And it's very simple vanilla plan. During that period, if something goes wrong to you, your family gets the money. If nothing goes wrong to you, you don't get anything back. It's just like your car insurance. You are paying insurance for your car. If something goes wrong to your car, some damages happen, of course, the insurance company will pay off. If there are no damages, you don't get anything for it. So it is something similar. It's like if there is any damage in terms of human life damage in case of a death, family gets it. If there's nothing that happens, then of course the money that you paid goes. But at the same time, term plan is very, very, very important part of your financial portfolio. And you should not mix it with other investments and insurances. Try and keep it separate and buy it as per your human life value. Like I have seen a lot of people and a lot of clients that we cater to, they tell us, oh, I have a life insurance. I don't really need it. But important ये है कि कितने amount का life insurance है आपके पास, you might just have it for 10 or 15 lakhs. But at the same time, आपका home loan outstanding है 20 लाख का. You have to plan for your kids' education, which is going to be another 20-30 lakhs. Your wife is not working. You have to provide for her life and her lifestyle after you. So your term life has to be as per your human life value. You can't just buy a term plan for any amount that you like. So there is a way to calculate it, and then you buy a term life insurance. So term life is for your life. Second question that you had, difference between health insurance. That is, if you end up being in hospital for some reason, maybe out of illness, out of accident, or anything like that, whatever are your medical bills, as per the policy that you've picked up, that gets reimbursed to you. Or you also have a cashless option where company approves you for a cashless admission, and that is paid off. So health insurance to take care of all your medical emergencies, and life insurance is to take care of an uncertain thing called death.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering that question. Over to Agam now.
I think there was some technical issue. Agan will join us in 2-3 minutes. And ma'am, just to add on to Yash's question, I was wondering what all things to consider. So suppose today I want to consider life insurance. So what all things I should keep in mind before I go for a policy, or for selecting a company just कि मेरे को policy चाहिए, या what all basic pointers I should keep in mind जिससे मेरा थोड़ा सा basic हो जाए process. Yeah, over to you.
Sure. So life insurance, there are a lot of things. One is there are different type of policies. Of course, we learned about ULIP. Second thing is the term insurance that we were speaking about just now. And then there are some endowment and money back plans, also traditional plans, wherein ULIP is linked to equity market. Term is you get money only in case of a death. Endowment plans are moreover where you get fixed return kind of a thing. Like the returns are either guaranteed or not really guaranteed, but at the same time, it depends on the company performance. And there are called participating plans, means you're participating in the profits of the company. So whatever money company makes is distributed between the policy holders. So there are different type of life insurances, but I would suggest you should either go in for a term plan if you're looking from a life insurance perspective, as that makes it more efficient in terms of the money that you're spending and the cover that you get. Or you can go in for a ULIP if you have a long-term option, like planning for your own retirement or something like that. Endowment plans, you don't really get that great return. So it is advisable to stay away from it and go for a fixed option. Maybe your PPF, maybe your increase a voluntary contribution towards your EPF. So because you get a fixed set of returns there,
Thank you so much, ma'am. Just to add on to this, so we have got pretty good options now. We have got health, term, life, and then if I were to priority this, so what should I go for first?
So I can, in terms of prioritize how you should be building your financial life is what your question is. So yes. I am just going to share one chart with you. Can I share my screen?
Sure, ma'am. Host, could you please host?
You'll just have to give me 2 seconds while I pull out that chart, because I was not prepared for this. Just give me 1 second.
Sure, ma'am. No worries.
You'll have to enable my screen sharing.
Yes, ma'am. Host, could you please allow?
Yes, just a minute.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is clearly visible. Is it fine?
Can you do a bit zoom in, ma'am. I think our audience will not be able to see a bit more, little bit more. I think this is
I think I
better
can't
now.
zoom in beyond this. I think.
All right, I think this should be enough. Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Work.
So
Yeah.
this is something which is called as an international financial pyramid. Okay. Whenever you plan your investments, you should plan it this way. And this includes your question which you asked me in terms of life insurance. Now, first and foremost, why is this called a pyramid? Just because the base of the pyramid is very, very strong. Okay. And we all know that pyramid lasts for many years because the base is very strong. Same is with your financial pyramid. The base of your financial pyramid has to be very, very strong. Only then your family's financial pyramid will last for a longer duration. So first thing that it comes when it comes to base of a pyramid, what should you be prioritizing first? Answering that question of yours. First, you should look at protection. It's very simple कि आप अगर कोई लैंड खरीदते हैं तो सबसे पहले आप क्या करेंगे, वो लैंड को फेंस करेंगे उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, राइट, कि कोई एनक्रोचमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए. लेट्स से हम घर बनाते हैं, वी स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी ऑन द फर्नीचर, वी बाय एवरीथिंग मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव फॉर द ड्रीम होम. Will you compromise on the lock that you put it on the door? Not really. Like you would buy the best quality of the lock so that your house is protected. It's something similar. First thing that you need to do to your finances, protect it. You need to protect the assets that you're building. उसमें सबसे पहली चीज आती है term insurance. And as I said earlier, buying term insurance but buying it for adequate amount is very, very important. Then it is about medical insurance. So medical insurance is not something कि मैंने 5 लाख 6 लाख का ले लिया and okay, I have a medical insurance. Medical insurance is your asset. It's not your expense. And medical insurance आपको उस हिसाब से लेना चाहिए कि आप जिंदगी में 20-30 साल बाद यूज करने वाले हो. तो तभी आप समझ लीजिए कि 5 लाख सफिशिएंट होगा या नहीं होगा. तो उसको दिमाग में लेकर आप अभी मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस प्लान करें. Again, a critical illness insurance, writing your own will, that is also very, very important. Having your disability insurance and having emergency fund. At least 3 to 6 months of your expenses, bare minimum 6 months of your expenses, you should have it in emergency fund, which is easily liquid. जब भी चाहिए तभी आप उसे withdraw कर सको. And first, you have to plan on these things before moving on to your other set of insurances or investments. Because ये सारी चीजें जब ठीक है, तभी आपको दूसरी चीजें आप शुरू भी करेंगे तो आपको उसको डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना पड़ेगा. And that is the reason this is very important, that first to plan on these things when it comes to life insurance. Then you can go in for regular savings, like less risky savings. ULIP, I can put a ULIP here, which we have been discussing about for so long time. Child's education planning, retirement planning, home ownership planning. So something which is giving you a decent return at the same time has less risk. So kind of a regular savings. Then you can look at growth and diversification. So you can look at stocks, you can look at mutual funds, you can look at ETF, you can look at bonds, etc. Then speculation, where money is making money for you. Okay, then you can look at futures, commodities, real estate, and forex. But at the same time, when you go to speculation, you don't really need to be worried about losing money because the first 3 things, protection, saving, growth, and diversification, is on place for you. So even if you lose money, not to worry. You have time to make up money and you don't have to compromise on your financial goals because the base of your pyramid is very, very strong. And then you can go on to wealth distribution, which is about whatever money you've made, how can you pass it on to your next generation so that they don't start from where you have started. So answering your question, how you should be prioritizing this includes all asset classes, though your question was only for insurance. But still the base of the pyramid covers that, first you go in for term insurance, medical insurance, then you go in for ULIP, and then you go in for mutual funds. So that's how you can be prioritizing it.
Thank you so much for it. I don't think it could have gotten any more simpler than this and relatable than this. Thank you so much for it, ma'am. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. The way you gave the insights about life insurance was simply flawless. But I have one more question for you.
Yes.
What is the perfect age of getting a life insurance? Like most of us over here are in our 20s, and I've heard that it should be the age of 25 or marriage, whichever happens earlier, you need to get an insurance. So is it really so?
So see, insurance, the sooner you buy, the later. And insurance, you should buy it when you have dependents. not necessary when you get married, you'll have dependents. Probably your parents also can be dependent, right? I mean, in India, the generation that you guys come from is a sandwich generation where you are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for your parents' life because a lot of our parents have, they've dedicated everything towards our education and our lives and have not really saved much for their own retirement. And again, when it comes to your own child, so you have to look at 3 generations. So that's why I would say that all of you are in sandwich generation, but a generation after you will be in a different this thing, where they will only have to plan for their own lives. They will not take care of their kids, as well as you guys as parents will be self-reliable. Like you won't be depending on them for the retirement planning. So because you're a sandwich generation, I believe that you should buy your insurance plan at the earliest stage. Moment you start working, buy it. And then you should upgrade your financial plan as in when your priorities in life keep changing or the moment your responsibilities keep adding.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the questions. And like you were saying, the base should be strong. It helped a lot and helped many people coming across to it. So my question to you is that what are the mistakes which people should avoid while choosing life insurance policies and investing in it?
Mistakes that one is, I think, the emotional bias. कभी कभार वो ज़्यादा pressure हो जाता है बैंक से, agents से. You should not get into that. But have a very logical reason as to why you are buying what you are buying. So that is one thing. Second, understand your product very well because life insurance is a long-term commitment. So don't just get into it without understanding. Understand it and then get into it. That's when you'll have comfort level to stay with it for a longer duration. So these are the 2 things that you need to take into mind. Don't always go in for lower premiums, higher returns. Look at the solvency ratios of the company. Look at the claim ratios of the company and then go in for it. Of course, when you're going for a better company, you're going to pay a little premium for it, like a higher price for it. But that's okay. You buy life insurance so that you get your money during your goal time. Your family gets money in your absence. So these are the most important things. So don't compromise on a few thousands or few hundreds just because one is cheaper than the other, but look for a quality.
Okay, ma'am. So it's all about taking the right policy.
Correct.
Okay, ma'am. That does answer my question. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I was just curious about this one thing while you were talking to Abhijit. It's not related to plan or anything, but I just wanted to know from your experiences. Even before the COVID, if we could see, कि है ना लोग बाग फिर भी insurance को seriously नहीं ले रहे. I mean, if we look at the stats, it's not pretty handsome. If in simple words, it's actually scary. And COVID भी आया उसके बाद लोगों को, I mean, why does that happen? कि है ना लगी या फिर कुछ हुआ उसके बाद याद आया अरे यार इंश्योरेंस होता तो मेडिक्लेम होता तो 10 लाख बच जाते. So where exactly does that unawareness lies according to you?
So see, first and foremost, it's a human psychology. जब तक वो चीज हमारे साथ या हमारे फैमिली में से किसी क्लोज के साथ नहीं होती ना, तब तक we all are in this thing. अरे ये मेरे साथ नहीं हो सकता है. You see, okay, COVID. There are some people who say नहीं हमको कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. अरे it's like it's not going to ask you and come, right? Plus, life is uncertain, the situation is uncertain, everything is uncertain. But at the same time, that human psychology is like, no, but nothing is going to happen to me. Why do I need a life insurance? I am really fit, I am not going to go in so early. I'm not going to pop out so early. I'm going to continue living this life. So those myths that we all live in, कि मेरे साथ नहीं हो सकता, that is something which people avoid buying because of that. Second thing, people feel it's a waste of money. In India, I have seen life insurance premium लोगों को लगता है अच्छा मैं मरूंगा तो पैसा मिलेगा ना, मैं मुझे कुछ नहीं हुआ तो वैसे भी वो पैसा जाने वाला है. But they don't look at the bigger picture that if something goes wrong to you, what will happen to your family? So again, people don't like to spend that kind of money. So yeah, these are the 2 major reasons why I see in India the penetration of life insurance and health insurance is very low. Out of all the COVID deaths, only 4% of people had medical insurances. Only 4. 96% of the people didn't really have insurances. एंड ये जमाने में हम बहुत सारी ऐसी कहानियां सुन रहे हैं कि फैमिली का सेविंग्स था वो पूरा चला गया, लाइक कोविड केम इन द फैमिली, द एंटायर सेविंग वाज वॉश्ड ऑफ. Not just savings, but now they are into debt because unfortunately this COVID is one thing कि परिवार में से एक को होता है तो सबको ही हो जाता है. So everyone has to be treated, kind of a thing.
So, I mean, ma'am, I think what you have said is it's 100% an absolutely true case, inevitable. And God forbid, agar breadwinner of the family it happens to, it's and we have seen in the cases, in the news as well, like hospital are charging and slapping the bill like anything.
Correct.
So I think the way you have put emphasis to and the number as well is pretty scary, and I hope that it should reach to maximum people and see why exactly it is necessary. Thank you so much for it, ma'am.
Ma'am, when you are answering this question, there's this thing in my mind which goes like, so what are the common mistakes that most people do? Matlab, abhi, if I am buying a life insurance, and life insurance is very important as you emphasized on that point, what are generally the common mistakes that a person like me without a financial knowledge does while either buying or either choosing a life insurance for themselves? So that
so I think I just answered that question just 2 questions back. So one thing is, just going in for it without understanding a complete policy, just going it out of a pressure of an agent or somebody from bank referring and you just buy it. Second is just checking in the price rather than checking what is the claim ratio, what is the solvency ratio, how good and how strong is the company to withstand, the overall, the current economy, the future economy, how strong is the organization. So all these very important things while choosing a life insurance, which people completely ignore. So don't look for saving thousands or 100, look for quality is what I said. Because this is something that your family is going to use it in your absence, so you're not going to be there that time to help your family. So you need to keep that in mind and then buy these things.
Ma'am, along with this, could you share a specific case study regarding the question so that people can understand about it? A peculiar example which happened throughout your experience?
Sure. So see, this was 2 years back. A client of mine. So a client of mine had a family, two kids, a wife who was working part-time. I asked him to buy a life insurance and a medical insurance because when we do a financial plan, that's the base of a pyramid. So we will always suggest our clients to use, to first thing, have it in their portfolio. But he was of an opinion that I already have a company insurance and I don't really need it because he was only 34 and he felt he does not really need it. Same with the medical insurance. He felt that he does not really need it because the company covers it. Okay. What happened? He was in between jobs. Okay. He was changing from one company to the other, resigned one company, not joined the other. Joining date is yet different. There was a gap of about 20-25 days. And in between, they went for a holiday. They went for a vacation. And it was scary. But at that time, they met with an accident when they were on their holiday. All 4 people, car accident, they all had a very bad injury. They all had to be admitted in the hospital. And the breadwinner of the family, the client of mine, he was like very, very critical and doctor was not sure that we'll be able to save him or not. That's the time when I got a call from his father saying that this has happened and what does he have in terms of investment. And all that we had was his few mutual funds and few ULIPs and stuff like that, which he had started. He didn't have any life and health insurance. So I had to tell him that, okay, there's nothing that we have. We had recommended, but they had not done anything like that. We went back to the old company saying that he's just left it. Please see if you can cover for these things. They are like, he's already left the organization and the coverage is lapsed. We went to the new company to see if he's covered since he's already joining you. They're like, he's not yet joined. It will only start on his joining date. So the family did not really have any cover for medical insurance or life insurance both. Forget insurances. They are in a debt of 40 to 42 lakhs because entire family was hospitalized. And he could not go back to work for like 1.5 years because he had to, it's like he had to take a bed rest. He had his limb, which was damaged. His leg was completely damaged. and it was a very scary situation. While I talk about this also, I'm getting a goosebumps. But they had to actually sell their house from 2 BHK to 1 BHK to take care of these expenses. So we always feel life insurance की जरूरत नहीं है, medical insurance की जरूरत नहीं है. But when it hits us hard. So a small little price that you pay for it, but it's completely worth it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing that. And I'm extremely sad that this situation happens throughout the country with many who don't have this claim. As you said, only 4% did have even during the Corona crisis. So I really hope that this case and this scenario helps people understand that not everybody is 100% lucky all the time, and you have to take care of the risks. Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering this question. Over to Arun.
Thank you.
Ma'am, ये पूरे इंडिया का सवाल है. What is the tax benefit that we get while taking a life insurance? And also considering ULIP. What are the tax benefits that I'm seeking for?
So see, tax benefit, your question is कि क्या tax benefit मिलता है when you take a life insurance, right?
Yes, definitely.
So of course, under section 80C, 1.5 lakh rupees that you pay as a premium. So सबसे पहले तो आपको वो tax benefit मिलता है. अभी तक life insurance comes under EEE, which is exempt. So when you're buying it, it's exempt of taxes. Whatever returns your policy is generating, if it's an endowment or a ULIP, the returns are tax free, and the maturity is also exempt from taxes. EEE. So that's what it falls under. So when you invest, it gives you tax benefits in terms of the premium that you pay is deducted from your income under section 80C. The returns are completely tax free, and the maturity that you get is also completely tax free under section 1010B. And it's better to buy it now because हो सकता है direct tax code जब भी इंडिया में implement हो जाए, तभी maturities of life insurance might become taxable to a certain extent. But that is going to be with effect from that particular day and not the previous policy. So it makes sense for you to plan it at the earliest.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. And I also noted your point that I should not surrender my ULIP plan right now.
Yes.
I totally agree that I totally understand that that is a long-term thing and I have to wait.
True.
Yeah.
It's like buying a ULIP or buying your financial plan or doing your investment. Understand one thing, it's like a marriage. Learn to stay with it for a longer duration to reap the right benefits.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
And it's like you don't get married without knowing a partner, right? So it's similar when it comes to your investment. Why do you just go in and sign and click a button and buy it? At least understand the particular investment that you're doing, and then you opt in for it. So then get married and then commit for 10 to 20 years, 30, 40 years, or till lifetime, whatever.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for putting lights on those. The next question that I have is it's a pretty common disease that we have in India, especially, and at the age of 40. Does having a diabetes affects our life insurance? Or are there any specific policies, for let's just say diabetes or cancer patients or?
There are specific policies for specific illness. Different companies offer it for diabetes, for heart illness, for cancer. So there are a lot of different policies for people who've already been diagnosed with these things. They still get an insurance, but at the same time, there is a limit on the coverage that they get. There is a lot of exclusion. Certain things are covered, certain things are not covered for them. So you get a policy, but it is आपको claim मिला तो you will be lucky. So it's something like that. So it is always better when it comes to life insurance and medical insurances that you plan these things a little bit earlier in life. That will always help you.
Ma'am, just to add on to this and share with all those people, so just 2 months back, unfortunately, we had found out that my mom has a cancer. All right. So fortunately, we had a Mediclaim and a policy as well. But just out of curiosity, let's just say that I found out today that someone from my family is suffering from it, or we have just found out, and I don't have anything for it. But I know that expenses, it's not about कि कल का कल 5 lakh रुपए लगे तो हो गया. Because it's during the cancer, you have chemos, you have radiotherapies, and then followed by an operation as well. So is there any way कि अगर मेरे को आज पता पड़ा तो मैं आज कोई policy life कोई या कुछ भी ऐसा ले सकता हूँ ऐसा to avoid those expenses in future?
I don't know of any company who will give you when you know that you're suffering from it.
Okay, so that okay, all right. Thank you so. And
Or they will give you that, but वो चीज exclude होगी. So including
Exclude होगी.
let's हाँ कि anything out of cancer will not be covered, but other things will be covered. But
Excellent.
mostly एक बार ऐसी कुछ आ जाता है, then bodily complications are because of that illness. So again, a company will say that it happened because of the complications, you know. So
Thank you, ma'am. To
once you
sum
get
up,
diagnosed, no.
all right. Thank you so much for that. And to sum up all of it, whenever we have noticed that we have put emphasis on advisor zaruri hai. Can you share in a little more details about why exactly zaruri hai, and a few tips for the youngsters out there and people who
Sure.
are making mistakes and they can avoid it actually.
Sure. So my favorite quote, I'll quote it here. When the roots are strong, there is no reason to fear the wind. Okay. And the roots of your financial success depends on small little actions that you take time and again. For your financial, it's like for your financial success, it's all about small little actions that you take time and again, not just once. Okay, entering, exiting, buying a right thing, staying onto it when markets are not right. All of these things are going to matter the most, and that in the end is going to sum up your financial success. So all that advisor does is helps you make these right decisions time and again to ensure that you achieve your financial goals. So it's not about financial planning or hiring advisor. Does not really, I would not say just it's about investments. No, it is about helping you strike a right balance between present and the future. Financial plan is living in present. Financial planning is about reaching your goals and more importantly, reaching your goals on time. It's simple. आज कोविड के लिए भी बहुत सारी चीजें गूगल पे अवेलेबल है, ये कर लो वो कर लो, उससे ठीक भी हो जाता है. We've seen asymptomatic people, we've seen people getting better also. But ऐसे कुछ हो गया तो are you going to Google and give your loved ones the medicine, hydrochloroquine, दे दो, ये दो, वो दो, and then things will be okay? You're not really going to do that. But when it comes to investment, we do that. We just Google and say, okay, this is a better investment. But what is, let's say, I will not name any site, but when that site is saying that these are the good things for you to do, you don't know what algos or what artificial intelligence that site is using to show that that's a good investment. And I believe that financial life of every individual is different. Okay. The goals, the risk appetite, the dependency that the family has on you, your income, your expenses, your expectations from life, everything is different. So, and that is precisely the reason why everyone needs to have a customized financial plan, a customized financial advice. It cannot be like one for all kind of a thing when it comes to your financial planning. And that is precisely the reason why I feel that your financial coach it's absolutely necessary for your. Just like when you go to gym, you have a trainer to help you lose your weight. You have a nutritionist, you know what to eat. वो सब भी Google पे मिल ही जाता है. But still we hire a nutritionist for a good weight loss, right? So it's something similar.
So if I'm not mistaken, Baba Ramdev isn't going to help with our financial planning, right?
Of course not. Everyone has their own role to play, and it's important that you pick up a right person to do right job in your life.
Thank you so much for it, ma'am. I would like to invite the founder and the CEO of ACBM Global Mentor Academy, who is also is the knowledge partner and chief mentor in Advisor Premier League, Mr. Amanpal Singh Chawla. Sir, are you there with us?
Yeah, Varun, I am there. Hi, Kathy ma'am, how are you?
Hi, Aman. I'm good.
So
Thank
I just
you. How
thought,
are you?
I just thought to just peep in, and talk with you for just 1 minute and, inform everyone.
Sure.
Ma'am, I think we know each other from last 5 years, if I suppose I'm not wrong, right? I think more than 5 years, ma'am. I just want to tell you, I think, ma'am, this is the first time, just to share with everyone, I told ma'am, ma'am, this is something which we need to do, and, you need to address the crowd, and there are people from different students from different zones have joined this movement, and they're spreading financial literacy in this COVID. Ma'am, just to share with you, today you are addressing, students from 15 states across India, and people from Assam, Rajasthan, Kanyakumari to Kashmir. These people are attending this event from different tier 2, tier 3 cities. As we see, COVID has stuck down, and as I know that only 2 sectors which are growing, 3 sectors I would say growing in a very speed up way is one is insurance, second is you say pharma, and third would be the education sector and technology one. So we have taken this opportunity in educating people, and that's how we have reached so masses. And I think thanks to you and ma'am, जब भी हम आपकी help चाहते हैं, आप कभी भी ना नहीं बोलते हो कि no, I will not do. So इतना
It's
impromptu आपने
always a
decision लिया,
pleasure.
या आपने impromptu decision लिया और आपने 1 minute में बोला नहीं अमन, I want to do this, and thanks for such wonderful gesture of yours. And also we would like to invite you for the further in future also, and on behalf of all the little masters and master blasters and all the team members who are working day and night. And ma'am, we are really thankful to you, and we are really thankful to you for this. Thank you, ma'am. That's what.
Thank you so much, Aman. It is absolute. You don't need to tell me thanks. It was absolute my delight doing this. And the reason why I started this journey is because I am myself very passionate about spreading financial literacy. And I feel this is one thing which India is really weak at or is lagging behind. And our Prime Minister have been talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. But I'm sure if हम लोग financial literacy अच्छे से spread कर पाए, and if people are able to plan their finances well, that will also make them be self-independent, and that will also help in the mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Correct. And this, ma'am, just to share one last thing with you. This current session is not only being watched by students but their parents also. So they are letting their parents also watch, because we have already told them, okay, this is something, because from last two sessions, I think your colleague only, Archana Bingare ma'am, Shreya Vaidya ma'am, who are the part of, and all the three ladies, and you have just set a new high record for all the students who are present in our Master Blaster. Just to share with you, out of 120 Master Blaster, we have 80% girls who are there. And I think, yeah, and just what we think that, when a girl is getting literate and financially literate, I think she literate actually two families, one where she's born, and next where she's getting the next generation ahead. So I think, ma'am, thanks a lot for joining us today, and it was a great pleasure to have you on the board. Thank you, ma'am. Next to you, Varun.
Absolutely my delight. Thank you so much to all the Master Blasters. I was very happy to see the way you guys are working, and anytime anything needed, please feel free to connect. And thank you so much to all of you for this wonderful opportunity that you gave me to come and do this entire dialogue with you guys. Thank you, and stay safe.
To wrap up the session, everyone, there is a quiz coming up live at 1:15. So probably catch a snack, because 4 teams will be going up against each other to fight for the purple cap. And Khyati ma'am, if you could join us, and if you could join us, that'd be great. I mean, the presence will be actually, if you could join us, that'd be actually really great, right? Thank you, everyone. We'll start sharply at 1:15. All the Master Blasters can join us.
All the Master Blasters